our first match. Once again, this is going to be DTH Global versus GI Esports. Let's get on with it.
And here we go, Datiao as the first ban of GI Esports. As the Datiao, definitely you can do a lot of global plays in there, especially if you know that your opponent or even you as a team can actually go for that really good team fight plays. But another ban in here on coming from the side of DTH Global, the Arlie, really great late game marksman in here. Actually, even on the early stage of the game, even though she doesn't have a lot of itemizations as of yet, she definitely can go dish out some damage as well as go for that pokes, especially if the opponent will go for a frontline tanky type of support. But yeah, looking good with the bans right now.
Well, that's going to be a priority pick right there. Haino, first pick for GI Esports. Of course, this is not new to us anymore. We've seen this in the previous games. We've seen its damage potential late game, and that's going to be interesting now because are they going to be able to utilize Haino? They did ban Dolia though, so as far as I'm concerned, we're not going to be able to see some of those potential hidden features of Dolia and Haino. But yes, right, we're gonna be able to see DTH Global securing that Princess Frost on their side. And yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh, definitely. I love how you pointed out that, well, it's actually GI Esports could have actually gone on that one, but seems like they want to reserve like some different type of play. But looking good in terms of the clash potential of DTH Global in here with the Princess Frost as well as the Elaine. Elaine definitely can go on some flanks here and there. Princess Frost, as of the moment, no assassin picks being shown on the side of GI Esports, so she's kind of safe as of the moment and going in the bushes, finding that way or like opportunity to go for the Frosty move. But so far, I'm loving the lineups, the Byron secure as well as the Musashi secure in here. But Musashi, let's see, I mean, we saw that actually into the head-to-head a while ago, that Musashi is actually one of the actually not one of the, but that is actually the most favorite hero of Mundane a while ago.
I mean, I am just gonna be adding on to that. They did choose that earlier on during eliminations and towards into the execution of Musashi. Looking into the Princess Frost and Lane, I like how you went in with the potential of these heroes, especially considering the fact that Mundane did secure his Musashi hero. But for the side of GI Esports, this is gonna be a little bit sketchy for DTH Global, especially coming into the late game, simply because of the damage potential that we are currently seeing with the first 3 picks. And that, mind you, this is just the first 3 picks, and it's already it's a bit sketchy if you ask me. But yeah, I mean, we're still bound to find out who their roamers are gonna be. So that's what I'm going to look at. Are they going to go in for the healer, or are they going on with the tankier hero?
Though I like the ban of GI Esports in here, the D-Renji ban, because, you know, there is quite a selective amount of farm laner in here to actually go up on the counter. But, you know, they could have banned out the Lady Sun as well, but Lady Sun is still free, so it's reasonable for DTH Global to actually not select that one out as of yet, because there's already the farm laner consortium pick on the side of GI Esports. So I love the Yarya secure. Pretty tanky lineup or frontliners here. The Dun as well as the Byron for the side of GI Esports, as they have completed it out. There's a lot of options for the farm laner for DTH Global. Could be the Lady Sun. We were just talking about that. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to question it as to why this was actually not banned by GI Esports, because I mean, very mobile. Both of these, most especially this Lady Sun to go up against the consortium. So, but let's see. It's all about the execution. We'll have to see how they're gonna play this one out.
I definitely agree with you, but looking on to the previous games of DTH Global and GI Esports, the complete difference is that DTH Global likes to gank. So I do love the Mozzie pick. That's going to allow them to have that stun and then follow it up with a lot of damage later on. And for GI Esports, what they love is what they love to do is that they will go in for those early picks. So I'm going to be expecting the same aggression coming in from GI Esports. But then again, they have to be really careful because up in the elimination round, GI Esports was around 50-50. They were just able to secure a couple of objectives, but going up against DTH Global, they're heavy on objectives. They're not really going in for the kills. They know how to isolate their opponents well, which is probably why they went in for that Mozzie pick. But let's look here. We are going to be going into the Land of Gorge as we prepare ourselves for DTH Global versus GI Esports match number 1.
Definitely something to look forward to. I think we have to look forward to as to how these two junglers, Insane and Mundane, are gonna go up onto their fast clearing of jungle waves and go for that gap. Meantime, as we can see, the match in the mid lane, Mozzie and as well as the Princess Frost versus the Yarya and the Hino, definitely gonna be a win on that one, or somehow the upper advantage for the side of the Princess Frost as well as the Mozzie. You know, gonna be annoying in terms of the slow and the pokes that they can actually dish out up against the Hino.
You know what? Looking at the team composition as well, I mean, the poke potential of GI Esports is really high. But the Mozzie with the first blood, I know, does go down immediately. This is what I'm talking about. DTH Global, they're really good at isolation. They're going to be able to do that later on, but we'll see how GI Esports is going to be responding back to that. But towards the top lane, we might see here one more. He does go on low, and there you go. One is out of the equation. Backup goes in, does get that tank low. Is it going to be enough? Knockup does go up, but unfortunately, that's going to be a disengage.
Definitely a disengage. Definitely he cannot go on that 2v1 situation. You don't want to give another kill onto the side of DTH Global. But yeah, 2-kill lead so far just within 2-minute game time. And this is looking good for the side of DTH Global. And I like how they actually punished early on the Byron as well as the Hino just within this early game time, because, you know, they can be really annoying onto the late game. Meantime, we see the tussle onto the top side 1v1 situation. The backup incoming from Mundane. Are they gonna go all in? No, quite unfortunately late, but fortunate definitely for DM as he was able to back away.
But is he going to completely back away though? That's going to be the question as we seeing the lane right onto that side. Let's look. I mean, it's still going to be a couple of seconds, more than a minute or so before the Tyrant Overlord gets up and about, so they do have enough time to isolate. Oh, poke does come in, but that's not going to be any engage for both teams. Both are playing disciplined. I feel like they know each other's potential. I feel like they want to be able to cut down all of those resources, but going onto the middle of the map, Hino is going to be able to teleport back. Pokes are gonna be coming in, but that's not going to be enough for one to go down.
And definitely the next action that we might be seeing in here is the objective take. But I so far love how Yoz is actually going for his bush play in here. But I think Otani is just pretty much alert, just using his S2 to actually take a look at if someone's actually hiding in the bushes. And look at how persistent Mundane is and actually ganking the top side. They don't want to, this DM to actually really go online. And we're not seeing it in the map right now, but they're really punishing this guy up top.
And talking about gold lead, it's still not a big discrepancy. So I mean, it can still go both ways. But now the question is, are we going to be able to see a 0-2 again, or are we going to be moved on towards game number 3? Because by the looks of how these teams are playing, they're just going in for pokes. One goes in, knockup goes there, but that's not going to be enough. Hino is going to be a little bit too late on that poke. It's 3v2. Are they going to be able to secure the Tyrant, the first Tyrant of the game? I feel like this is going to be a free Tyrant for the side of DTH Global, and there you go. They are going to be able to secure that, but GI Esports still nowhere to be found near the Overlord.
Definitely love that position by DTH Global in decisively securing the first tyrant of the game. There was an attempt coming from GI Esports, but they seemed like quite undecisive on wanting to go for that steal. And at the same time, they could have actually gone onto that Overlord instead of. Meantime, to the bottom lane part of the map, 1v4 situation. Oh, will he be able to back away in here? No, the Yarya will sacrifice himself. Back up and coming. They're just going to go for the clear of lane. The tower will be destroyed, but there you go. Think inside the box. The Hino will fall down onto the hands of the Lady Sun. But meantime, while that was happening at 2v1 situations actually happening up top, the Overlord was actually taken down by the side of GI Esports. But what's happening on the bottom lane part of the map is actually this inner tower already going down as well. That was so massive.
Massive indeed. GI Esports was able to secure the Overlord, so allowing them to have those dragons onto the map. But that's not going to be enough. I don't think it's a good resource allocation. But there you go. One is going to be going down. The Byron goes out. The follow-up is going to be there, as well as those heals. Is it going to be enough? Dune does get taken out of the map, and that's going to be DTH Global securing another kill. It is going to be 2 casualties. Is it going to be a triple casualty? Okay, pokes are not going to be connecting from Hino. He does get stunned. That's not going to be enough.
Well, at least he survived, but to no afford on the top side, because it seems like the tower is going to go down anytime soon. So was this the mid lane tower, which will open up both of the sides of the map. Seems like DTH Global in here is doing a great job in terms of going for that macro play up against GI Esports. But meantime, Byron actually caught up of guarding here by both the Lady Sun as well as the Mozzie. But he will be able to back away, which is quite alright. Now, the question is what GI Esports needs to do in here now that they are actually on a deficit in terms of gold.
They can't play individually. That's what I'm going to say straight up, because DTH Global, the way they're playing is that, okay, let's go in for that kill once we're able to gank up and isolate one, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing here up top lane. And there you go, Byron does go down, and I feel like this is going to be another turret secured for the side of DTH Global, and they're going to be able to zone those out. Musashi does get that tower and a lane with a kill on that Hino. Hino potential here, but we're not going to be able to see anything. Another casualty coming in from the side of GI Esports. There's just so much resources coming out of DTH Global, and they are able to capitalize on that. Turrets are down, casualties left and right. GI Esports, what else can you do?
Right, that's so true. Actually, if we remember, it's actually Mozzie, a 9-day debut, actually who got the first kill of the game. And that sufficed already in getting that lead in favor of DTH Global. You know, just stopping the Hino from going for the power spike that he needs, and then as well as on actually stopping the Byron DM up top onto the Clash Lane side of the map, which is a really nice strategy coming from DTH Global. And now GI Esports needs to find a way on actually going for a cross map play, because they cannot go for that team fight up against DTH Global anymore.
Looking at GI Esports, they're a little bit too squishy. I mean, up against Mozzie as well as Princess Frost, I don't think they can do much, but I do feel like they're going to be able to secure one kill, but Flash does go in. But is it going to be enough? Poke comes in, Dune secures. Princess Frost is out. Mozzie does punish Dune for that kill. The stun is going to be coming in. Is it going to be enough? Shields are out. He does manage to get out. Unfortunately, Lady Sun is going to be able to secure that kill.
But
a lot of damage. Not enough. Still not enough. I mean, they're super low.
Yeah. It's like, even Filipino or in Tagalog, we call it piso na lang ang buhay. But then again, There is still a lot of cash. It's 5k gold lead in favor of DTH Global. So what I personally did not like on that one was insane. Still going for that fight. Yes, he got the Yaws. He was aiming for Yaws, the Princess Frost, but then again, to the cost of his life and to the cost of the life of his teammates. They definitely cannot go onto the team fights right now because of the lead that DTH Global right as of the win. What they can do is that they proc the skills of the members of DTH Global and then go for the fight or go for the counter objective play. But it's of course easier said than done because they are in this situation right now. They can just wait for the late game, maybe wait for the Hino to go online, or even consort you to go online.
But the question is DTH Global going to allow them to go on to the late game? I mean, we are now going in 10 minutes into the game, and DTH Global is just doing an amazing job being able to secure all of those kills as well as those resources early on in the game. 26.3k gold, 26.3k compared to 30.7k. That's a bit big. And again, this is going to be a free tyrant for the side of DTH Global. But if we're going to go in and look onto the Overlord, let's see who's going to be able to secure that. Are they even going to start it? They are going on to a 2v1. One does go down. Make that two. Alain's just too powerful on that. And that's going to be an unfortunate casualty for the side of GI Esports. But, I mean, it's still early. They just have to find a way to be able to dish out all of those potential damage outputs that they can throw out there and be able to, execute it properly. Because by the looks of it, is this going to be endable? 10 minutes, 50 seconds in.
There are minions in there, but they're gonna respect that one out. Well, they do have the Shadow Lightning buff coming from the Tyrant in here, so definitely they have all the reason to go for the Clash because of that extra damage that they can deal with. But definitely, they are so super annoyed with all the stuns coming from 9-day Dabu, and this is not really giving the chance for the frontliners from the side of GI Esports. But there goes the fight going on, coming from the side of GI Esports. Kills coming from the Dun, but let's see if this will be enough. Is this the combat that we are actually waiting for? But the consortium will fall down. Some members from the side of in here, GI Esports, 2 members remaining, but 3 on the side of DTH Global. But a triple kill coming from the Alain. It looks like this is gonna be it. DTH Global will get that first win.
I am speechless. We didn't even hit the 15-minute mark. But you know what? I feel like DTH Global was well aware of the late game potential of GI Esports. That's probably the reason why they probably decided, nope, let's not let them get that advantage anymore as much as possible. Let's make sure that they go into that gap, and then once they've reached that gap, let's go in for the kill. And that's exactly what they did. Looking onto the game results here, I'm not liking how the Hino as well as the Concert U is looking in terms of KDA. But you know what? They were able to sustain a couple of times. It's just that the damage output was just not enough to get rid of the members of DTH Global.
Pretty sure you wouldn't love the KDA of the Byron as well on a 0-6. He was not having fun on the top side, to be honest.
No one was having fun.
Yeah, I mean, Mundane kept on actually ganking on the top side, but again, I think, you know what, I'm gotta give kudos on how the Motzi, even though he's a roam, he did that flashy play, literally a flashy play, going for a flash in just to secure that first blood up against the Hino, stopping the members of GI Esports to actually snowball to their potential. But yeah, really good first game, a really good showing coming from our team right now. Our teams, actually, I would commend them. I mean, GI Esports, they tried. They tried their best. But yeah, it kind of lagged a little bit. For the meantime, our MVP of the game is going to be Rev Show of DTH Global.
No deaths to his name. Damage dealt at 61.7k. Damage taken 39.9k. And we did see that Alain up top. He did go in for that 2v1. He was a little bit low, as well as the 2 other members from GI Esports, but he still won that and he secured himself a double kill. Team fight rate is also at 61%, so he was pretty much present all around the team fights that his team was actually going into. So I love how DTH Global started off that first game, but now I'm kind of rooting for GI Esports to go in for their aggression the same way that they showed us a couple of days back. I had to think if it was yesterday.
Yeah,
it was a couple of days back, yeah.
We have to wake them up. Maybe they're already fine. Maybe they need some coffee or some energy drink. But yeah, I mean, this is just the first game. It's a best of 3 match. Pretty sure they learned something from that experience. It could be, I mean, the resolution could be like they could be more proactive in terms of ganking, and at the same time, I think it was mainly also the draft. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna blame the draft. There should have been no Lady Sun on the side of DTH Global. It was left open, so I was already happy about their DRNG ban, but I think they forgot about the Lady Sun. But then again, we'll see. Game 2 is still there for them to make a comeback.
Comeback indeed. I mean, now that I'm looking into it, I am expecting respect bans coming in onto round number 2, especially once we get into the picks and bans of the match already. So are we going to be able to see a ban on Mozzie? If Mozzie does get banned, the roamer of DTH Global, are they going to respect Hino? Are they going to ban Concert U? That's going to be the question. I do feel like I understand the concept of GI Esports. It's just that they were pushed towards the edge when it comes to the aggression that came in from DTH Global. So they, damage dealt for DTH Global. They did an amazing job, but now the question is going to be GI Esports. What's up next? What else do you have under your sleeve? Or are you going to be playing the same thing, but a different execution?
DTH Esports definitely love going for that team fight type of draft, and it actually pretty showed already when they did the first 2 picks for the Princess Frost as well as the Elaine. And what more, they actually went for more tanky front lines, given again the Musashi as well. And then there's just the preheating Lady Sun that was left open for them. And yeah, pretty excited. I think they gotta respect something in here, like team fight type of heroes like that of the Elaine, and maybe still of the Mozzie or the Princess Frost. But we'll leave it up to them. Let's head on to our game 2. This is the draft.
All right. Well, this is going to be interesting. Of course, who's going to be the priority pick? Who's going to be the first ban? Are we... I'm just going to be coming back to what I said earlier. Is it going to be the same thing, but a different execution, or is it going to be a completely different story? Now, we are going to be seeing the same ban, first ban. Of course, they don't want that tanky hero in. Of course, the Grant of the Shield, as well as the zoning potential of this hero. So let's look into what GI Esports is going to be doing next.
Yes, for sure. I mean, the ban on the Zhangfei is quite reasonable in here. They want to secure it for themselves. Meanwhile, this still what they love, the Datsao ban in here coming from the side of GI Esports. And, pretty usual. Lamb ban, maybe there could be a Dolia ban. I think they should be banning out the Dolia in here, or else it could be... No, they banned out the Hino. So there's a free Dolia for the DTH Global to be picked up for themselves. We'll see about that. But this will... Oh no, they want to go for the Sunbeam instead. They want to go for the pokes and bombs.
Pokes and bombs, as well as the potential to slow. So let's see how that's going to be working out, because we did see a lot of knockups earlier, but not much on the slow. Are they going to be using the Sunbin as a hero to be able to zone out opponents, or slow opponents and then go in for the kill? Now that's going to be interesting. GI Esports, they did use Hino earlier. It wasn't really... it didn't really work for them, but now they're gonna go in for that Dolia pick, as well as the Princess Frost. Vision plus zoning out capability of the ultimate of Princess Frost.
Oh, they stole away the Kaiser a potential pick for Insane as well. So I love this. This is actually one of the top picks in the jungle role as well. Lots of sustain. Definitely definitely need an anti-heal in here. I love the Marco Polo pick secure in here, but again, still lots of option. I think that is quite too early to be selected. But then again, seems like they want that because of the potential of this Marco Polo. Not just the mobility, but also the potential to go up against tanky targets such like the Elaine as well as the Kaiser. So looking good so far for both of the drafts of these two teams, but seems like the technique in here for DTH Global, they're not so worried about, you know, securing an early farm laner for themselves. They put it to last almost all the time.
Banning Concert U. Okay, so I'm not so sure how to feel about this. I mean, if I were GI Esports, I feel like I would have banned Elaine first, just because of how scary it was during game one. I'm still trying to get a wrap on what they're trying to do or what the execution is going to be. But now we're going to be seeing the last ban for the side of GI Esports, as well as the second to the last ban of DTH Global. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, the Mai Shiranui definitely gonna be an annoying mid laner if they're gonna go up against that on the DTH Global. Cao as well, you don't want to deal with lots of knockups here and there. So quite reasonable because they want the Princess Frost as well as the Marco Polo to just go on a free hit. So they would want to ban out the Mai Shiranui as well up against DTH Global. But yeah, lots of open farm laners in here. So looks like this is not something that they worry about. We have to wait for the mid lane of DTH Global as well. No Hino, no Mai Shiranui. There could be a Motzi mid, why not? Shangguan as well is pretty much open, so that can be a good assassin mid laner to go up against the Princess Frost and the Marco Polo, but we'll see about that. Lots of selection so far for DTH Global.
Lots of selection indeed. They could... Okay, there you go. Arlie is going to be the pick for farm lane for DTH Global, as well as...
Zoe.
This is so much... I mean, that's so much damage. I mean, the area, the area of damage that he can dish out, it's gonna be a little bit scary later on. But now, how are they gonna be able to pick this off? I mean, their support is going to be, GI Esports support is going to be Dolia for this one. Menki is going to be making his debut here. He's very cute, but based on my experience, he's a tough one to pick off. But we'll see how the itemization goes. But this is going to be interesting because this is going to be the first time that we're going to be seeing Menki into AOK. So let's see how DTH Global is going to be able to answer back to that. I mean, if they have an Elaine versus a Menki,
we'll see about that.
Yeah, he's tough. So I'm just excited as to how this is going to be playing out.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, definitely both of the teams, they want to go for the team fight type of play this time, knowing that they got a very tanky jungler on their side. But do take note, there's the sustain as well from the Kaiser. So it's all about it's going to be all about the execution right now. And we head on to the Gorge. Let's see how this one will pan out. I don't want to see another mid laner dying against a roamer again, please.
That's true. But yeah, I'm super excited because GI Esports, they did secure Dolia, so they do have that healing potential later on, as well as the vision. They do also have a Menki, which has a very high potential in terms of sustaining team fights. He is going to be the jungler for the team, though, so let's see how that's going to be playing out earlier on in the game. Revshow is going to go on low, but he is going to be disengaging. That's just going to be a little bit sketchy for him. It's a 2v1 situation. Are they going to go for this first blood? Is it going to be enough? One more slash. Nope, he does live for another day. No first bloods yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, the execute wasn't available for him to use. I think he used it a while ago when we were off cam, when he was about to fall down. But yeah, at least a nice try. And at this time, we can actually see quite an equal footing for both of the teams right now. But I love the strategy of this team so far. They're trying to go for a steal on the jungle camps, but also gotta love the vision that the Dolia is actually providing for GI Esports.
Doya and Princess Frost onto the mid. I mean, they can possibly do this, but now we're going to be seeing our Menki here onto the bottom lane. Are they going to go for this engage? Nope, it doesn't hit. One does manage to get hit. It's going to be a 4v1 situation here. Is though off-cam kill. First blood goes to the side of DTH Global. Is this going to be followed up by anything here? Let's see.
Goodness though for DTH Global, and here we go on the bot side. There's just some poking vision. Dolia checking out who the rest of the members of Team DTH Global are actually on the bottom part of the map. But yeah, DM, is this the second time that he's not gonna be having fun using that Byron up on the Clash lane? I don't know, man, because for sure from the first game he is still traumatized.
Traumatized indeed, but I mean, he is able to get a lane low a couple of times already, so the potential is there. Let's just see if he's gonna be able to execute that. Menki is gonna be off on the top lane. Are they going to plan a gank here? Are they gonna be able to secure a kill on this lane for that potential kill? He is gonna be going in. Is he going to connect? Shield does get popped up. Still no, still not going to be enough. Menki does go in, is going to be able to connect one. Unfortunately, again, not going to be enough. But bottom lane, let's see if that's going to be a party going on here on to this lane.
No casualties on the bot side part of the map, as I was actually also expecting something that is to happen in there, but to no afford, everyone's just trying to play safe, just like how Rev Show did do a play safe a while ago. I like how Kaiser is positioning himself. Oh, there goes the 2v1 situation once again. The smite actually has been used already to slow down DM, and DM will fall down once more. Nightmare in this 3-minute game time still again for the Byron.
DTH Global is still playing the same way they played during eliminations. They want to go in for that gank and then isolate one opponent. Doya is gonna be get low. Frost ult is going to be coming out as well. No casualties still, but let's see if they're going to be coming in here. They do have minions available. Menki does go in. Knockup goes out. And there you have it. They did secure a kill on Sunbin. Is it going to be another kill? Nope, that's going to be a total disengage for the side of GI Esports. One kill is enough. Let's back away.
But then again, this is a chance for DTH Global to actually go for the Tyrant secure. Quite unfortunately, it was not something that GI Esports actually go for as a secondary objective. They could have gone for that Tyrant objective or go for a push, but quite unfortunately, they were solo. They just went to go back away. But meantime, Yoz is about to fall down, and there you go. Zayu will fall down onto the hands of Yoz, but there's a chase come from Insane. Will this be another kill? Mundane will be able to survive. Backup incoming from Sunbin, and there you go, the position for GI Esports to actually go secure for this. But do take note that the rest of the members of Team DTH Global are actually here on the area, but seems like they're just gonna be giving out away to GI Esports.
I mean, the zoning of Princess Frost, I love how they picked Princess Frost for the zoning, for its zoning capabilities. They were able to successfully do that for the Overlord, but then again, we are seeing the same thing over and over again. It's just these teams going in either for the Tyrant or for the Overlord. We haven't seen such a dominant team that goes in for both. I guess it's just an answer back and forth, but now we're going to be seeing those Wyverns on the map. A lane here is going to be on his own. Bottom lane is going to be potentially a 3v2 situation. Let's see how that's going to be playing out. It's just going to be easy for them to melt this first wave down, but is it going to be enough later on, or are they going to be able to secure more kills? I mean, we are in a current standing of 2 kills, 2 to 2 kills, and the discrepancy in gold is still not big. I mean, it's just at 100. So let's see how that's going to be playing out later on.
That's true. I mean, GI Esports got a good draft already this time. I mean, even Otani, if it goes into the late game. But for the meantime, this was actually quite deep. But Mundane is actually just waiting in the bush. But decided to just back away, as the rest of the members of GI Esports would want to go for the play safe under the tower. But meantime, there goes the chase. Nope, not really nice zoning out. But look at the damage coming from Otani. Will there be a fevered barrage? Not yet, unfortunately. But here, look at the flank coming from the Menki, but Menki will fall down. The rest of the members of Team DTH in here are going so low, but Sawadi Ka will be able to go for a kill. There you go, an exchange of kill in here. They're not yet even done. They're gonna go for a chase. Look at that damage coming from the Zoyu and a killing spree for the Kaiser. Now it is time for them to go for a push. Now Simon's just left alone for the side of GI.
It wasn't a good trade-off. That's what I'm gonna say. It wasn't a good trade-off simply because there were total of 5 casualties. That turret onto the middle, that outer turret did go down. So, and then they were able to secure a couple of kills. So I don't think it's a really smart trade-off. But you know what? I guess we have to give it to GI Esports for even trying to defend that. But unfortunately, just the damage potential coming in from the side of DTH Global is too big as of the moment. But hey, it's still 7 minutes into the game. They can still turn things around. I'm still waiting on that specific pop off for the side of GI Esports. They do have a Marco Polo here as well as a Menki. I love the execution of the Menki. I love the concept of what they're trying to do. It's just a matter of, you know, who's dealing more damage to who.
Indeed. I guess it's our friend Arlie. Sawadi Kad P. Sawadi Cup DMM. Is that how you read it? But meantime, let's take a look at the fight happening right now. Oh, look at the damage coming from the Arlie, but the secure kill coming from the Kaiser as well. They're trying to back away, but while that is actually happening, someone's actually going for a push at the beat. But meantime, they want to go for more kills. Menki will fall down. There's a chase coming from the Kaiser, but to no afford as Marco Polo will be able to back away. More space in favor of DTH Global. What an aggressive move.
Now, the Tyrant did spawn just now, but I do feel like DTH Global is to getting this turret right onto the middle lane. All those resources coming out. They do secure 1 kill. Can they find another? But no, back away is going to be the call of GI Esports here, but their turret is going to be coming down, leaving their middle lane right open, and that's going to be just the high ground turret available at the middle lane of the map. Here we go. Are we going to be able to see another engage here? Nope, that's not going to be anything. No casualties, no further casualties, but the Overlord has spawned yet again. DTH Global is going to be able to secure this Tyrant for free, a lane right onto the top of the map. Is he going to be able to get or secure any kill, or is he now going to get punished for the previous times? I don't think so. Elaine is just going to be backing away from that potential team fight. But again, Overlord is still up. Overlord is no longer there. 30 seconds on clock. How are they going to be playing this out? The discrepancy in gold, or the gold lead, is a little bit too big for both teams. DTH Global has 10 kills to their name, as well. GI Esports has 3. They just have to keep this. They just have to play this slow and passive, in my opinion. Just bait out those utilities or those resources earlier on, and then go in for that kill. But let's see how that's going to be playing out.
I love how DTH Esports is actually going for the divide and conquer vision of the map right now, even though they don't have the likes of the Dolia who can actually go for that waves to actually check the bushes. They're doing so well in terms of, the Sunbeam actually going for that post. But meantime, there goes the tower take coming from DTH right now. Seems like they're going to be able to secure in here despite the zoning coming from Simon in here from the Princess Frost. They don't care about the Rain of Frost in here coming from them. They just want to go all-out target. This will actually give them a good position for the Overlord as well. Now we take a look. There are actually no ultimate coming from the Princess Frost right now. They want to go all in, killing the Menki, and even more members coming from the side of GI Esports. Oh, look at that! He's actually go in. Oh, the Zoyu will actually sacrifice himself so that the Arlie will actually be able to go for that free hit. And now this is just like 2 members coming from the side of GI Esports remaining. They want to open up the base right now by taking down the high ground tower, and that will fall down. Now super minions are going to come in anytime soon towards the base of Team GI Esports. They're not even stopping as they want another high ground tower to fall down on the side of GI.
2 more members of GI Esports does get alive here. They do spawn back onto the land of Gorge. Now that's going to be enough for them to be able to hold onto their own, but then again, their crystal is a bit bare now with one high ground tower up top. I love the minion management from the side of DTH Global.
Right.
Now, you know what? GI Esports, they have to start isolating these players and getting those kills in, as well as getting all those objectives in, because they will be needing that overlord for one whole push. But there you go, engagement is going to be coming in, isolation as well, but the heal is going to be coming in as well as the shield. But there you go, Marco Polo does get one kill. Can he make it a double? Unfortunately, he is going to get punished. GI Esports going in for that disengage, but is it going to be enough?
Almost a wipeout.
Almost an ace, but still not going to be enough. But is he going to be able to hold on his own?
That's gonna be tough. I mean, DM has been bullied so many times since game 1. Really gotta love, but meantime, it seems like this is a chance for DTH to actually go for the push. It seems like they want to be ending the game on a 2-0 score. Congratulations, DTH Global. You will be moving forward to the semi-finals round. I just want to commend that Elaine, to be honest, flanking from the back line. I think that made the win on that particular last clash right before they head towards the base of the opponent.
Right. You know what? DTH Global, GG's well played, as well as GI Esports. Again, I do understand the concept behind GI Esports. They want to be able to sustain those team fights a lot longer. Unfortunately, just the damage output coming in from DTH Global, and the way that DTH Global was isolating them one by one, it was just perfection. So as we get into the game results, we are going to be looking how dominant DTH Global was all across the board, but we are going to have Princess Frost or Simon as the MVP for the side of GI Esports.
Well, lots of connecting winters here and here coming from the Princess Frost. I mean, he gave a lot of zoning capabilities in order for them to go for the team fight, but most of the time they're actually on a lesser number count whenever team fights so happen. So you mentioned it a while ago, Miss Air, wherein the management of the flow of the waves of the minions in here from the side of DTH is just so close to perfect, almost. And at the same time, I think it could have been a lane ban during the draft, because we saw how Rev Show knows not only how to play this particular hero, but at the same time, he knows where to flank, he knows what to do, he knows when to actually go onto the other side of the map to go for a side push. But meantime, Mundane is going to be the MVP of the game.
I mean, do we have to say anything else? 6-0-10. He did use Kaiser. Now he is one of the that has really great sustained potential. So he was able to maximize that. He was able to capitalize on that. Damage dealt was also at 44.9k. Damage taken 54.1. Again, sustained. And total gold at 10,300. So, you know what, GG's well played. Mundane, MVP of the game. He did an amazing job, as well as GI Esports. We have to commend them. I love how they wanted to go in for that Menki pick. They wanted to, as much as possible, prolong those team fights, but it wasn't enough from the damage output given by DTH Global.
Yes, and tomorrow you will see another game coming from DTH Global as they move forward to the semi-finals round. Up next is going to be the match between Azer Asgard versus Easy Reborn Esports, two Philippine team. So I'm pretty sure the fans and the supporters and maybe, you know, the water boys, sometimes they call, can I just be your water boy? I want to be a part of your team. I just want to be a water boy. It's okay. So let's see. Maybe the water boys will be supporting their own Philippine teams in here, but yeah, we'll see like the kind of differences in terms of the play that the Myanmar, Malaysian, and the Philippine teams will show us later on. But you know what? By history so far, since the Malaysian players have been playing Honor of Kings for the last 6 to 7 years, they definitely for C region they are considered to be the strongest. But despite that, I'm confident that, you know, non-Malaysian teams can also catch up. Just, you know, they just need to be consistent in joining tournaments such as this. So join the future tournaments of CLX production. We're already promoting in advance.
Yes, we have one coming up, I think. Yes, I think that's already secured. But yeah, I do agree with you. We for our first match, it was DTH Global versus GI Esports. Malaysia versus Myanmar. DTH Global, aka Malaysia, won that one. For our match number 2, it's going to be Azer Asgard versus Easy Reborn Esports. Philippines versus Philippines next. So for our Filipino fans out there, if you haven't already, make sure to comment down below, share the stream, like the stream, and show your support to your favorite team.
Yes, for sure. And I think we're just gonna head on to a really short break as we prepare for the next series of tonight. Azier Asgard versus Easy Reborn Esports. Don't forget to share the live stream so you can let other Honor of Kings fan know. And again, June 20, upcoming official launch. For the meantime, we're your casters. I'm Kaysai. With me is Miss Air. We'll be back after a few minutes break.